playway method as uh, as an approach for learning during these years. So we discussed in detail, isn't it? Now, moving on to another important strategy, that is, yes, creative activities. So, creative activities, isn't it? The children love to do things with their hands, isn't it? They love to hold the toys, they love to hold the pencil, they love to scribble on the paper, they love to color, and they love to draw something they know, isn't it? And they will be expressing themselves through various forms, isn't it? That is what is all about creative activities. So, here, what are we making the children to learn? We are making the children to introduce the children to the variety of art media and help them develop aesthetic appreciation. Please note, what do you mean by aesthetic appreciation? So you might have thought that why it is important during these years. If anything is beautiful, we will enjoy. That's it. No, that is not. Aesthetic appreciation is the one thing that we have to induce in children. We have to teach the children. We have to make them learn and appreciate the beauty around him. So, unless we make them learn, unless we make them provide opportunities, it will not be enhanced even in a later stage. So otherwise they becomes the robo, isn't it? So sometimes the children use their hands directly with such materials as clay, dough, and then paste, finger paints, isn't it? Thumb printing and then finger paints, flowers, and materials of different textures. And some other times they use brush, scissors, and carpentry tools and gradually develop skill in manipulation. But as the teacher and the child have a feeling of achievement with some completed painting or a model, this sense of achievement boosts their self confidence and develops the concept of I am and I can. This is very, very important at this stage. At this stage, this is very, very important. So, self esteem is very important. So, developing confidence in themselves. It may not be a complete, full fledged picture or a something or the other, but the teacher has to appreciate what the child has written or drawn on a piece of paper or what the child has done with a clay, isn't it? So they will put some dot on a paper and they'll say that it is a mother, isn't it? Very small children, when you ask them, they put some dots and then they scribble some lines. And when you ask them what it is, they say something or the other, isn't it? So encourage that. So don't criticize their drawings or scribblings. Okay, so the teacher can point out to the child artistic relationships that he observes, introduce appropriate terms, or encourage the use of some bit of technical skills which make the child get perfection. So here the teacher has to help in the process of using the materials. What are all the different materials the child is able to use? How can they use with fine tuning? All these skills the teacher has to support the child. And child develops sufficient interest and satisfaction in expressing himself through art media. So it is the teacher who should encourage every child to express himself or herself in whatever way he wishes with the materials he has. All these creative expressions help the child to improve his imagination, creative thinking, intelligence, and also finer muscular development, isn't it? As the child is doing some clay work, he will be manipulating the clay to make some model, isn't it? So as he does the manipulating the clay, all the work has been given to his fingers and his finger finer muscles, isn't it? So by manipulating the material, he also develops eye-hand coordination by seeing some model. He sees that model and he manipulates the material. Eye-hand coordination will be developed, isn't it? Finer muscle coordination, finer muscle development, finer muscle um, coordination will take place. So all these helps the child later on in their writing skills, isn't it? So as they use their hands in molding the clay, as they use their hands in putting the blocks one top on the other, or some playing with some other blocks, the hand they are using, they may be using these hands in the clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction. So all this helps in their finer muscle development. This anti-clockwise movements and then clockwise movements and then straight, all these movements, slanting movements, all these later on helps in learning the alphabets, isn't it? So for C, how do you write? It should be anti-clockwise, semicircle, isn't it? And for D, you have to use a straight line and then your hand should move in a clockwise direction. So, in learning the alphabets, all these creative activities and some indoor games definitely help the children in their pre-writing skills. So this is the beauty. You have to learn why these creative activities. It is not only developing their, bringing out their creativity in them, but also it helps in their writing skills later on. Yes. Now, what are the specific aims and objectives of these creative activities? So the first thing is freedom to the child to act and express. It is the scope for self-expression. So this is definitely a scope for self-expression. You might have heard about Surinder Patnaik, who does all models and then modeling clay, sand art near Bhubaneswar, isn't it? So beautiful sand art he is famous for. And you might have seen Shanmuga Priya at the age of 4 years or 5 years singing on the stage, isn't it? So there are many ways and scope for self-expression. Some may like music, some may like through art they want to express. Some, if you ask question, they will something they write and show you, even though you cannot understand. So in writing, they will express themselves. Some may narrate a story through drawings. So there are many ways. So these creative activities are by giving the freedom to the child to act and express, there is a scope for self-expression and opportunity to the teacher to assess the level, interest, and ability and involvement of children in different activities. So in this case, the teacher has to provide opportunities for sensorial experiences, creative thinking and new experiences, and then expression of thoughts and feelings, practice skills, aesthetic appreciation, working in groups, fine motor development, and developing the sense of I am and I can. See, this is very, very, very important. So, here you should again focus on many things. Fine motor development, I have discussed. So, how does this self-confidence and self-esteem develops? So, whatever the creation the child makes, ask him to express what it is. Otherwise, there is no meaning, isn't it? The teacher can say, okay, sit down. Ah, fine, sit down. No, you ask the child to explain about what it is, isn't it? So, while storytelling session also, you can ask the child to narrate a story on his own. So, so that he might narrate with verbally, or he might narrate in a drawing, or he may narrate the story by doing role play or dramatization, isn't it? So, all these you have to provide opportunities for the child to express themselves. And what is this aesthetic appreciation? This I told you earlier that you have to induce this. Suppose there is a beautiful climate outside where it is about to rain and there are many dark gray clouds and the weather is so gentle and there is a light breeze outside. So it is a very enjoyable outside environment, atmosphere, weather. So the teacher here is taking a serious class while all the children are looking outside. The teacher says, hey, children, listen to me. Don't look outside. It makes no sense at all. So, as a teacher, you can take them outside the classroom to enjoy the nature, how it is, why the clouds are there, why a gentle breeze is there, and how cool it is. And so that all are enjoying, isn't it? And you can show them a beautiful rose flower, isn't it? How beautiful the rose is. Come on, see, 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 see. Yes, the rose is beautiful. Isn't it? Are you making any impact on the children? Absolutely no. Isn't it? So you can make the children enjoy the nature around them, the things around them. Some are dark in color, some are very light in color, and some children are wearing a beautiful dress today. So the teacher has to acknowledge that child, isn't it? Oh, what a beautiful dress you are wearing. Come, 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 come. Let us show this all to our children. Let them clap. This is the way you should involve all the children in developing this aesthetic sense. How do you how do you describe a cinema story to your friend? You will induce all the emotions you have seen and you have experienced in that picture that you will be transferred while narrating to your friend, isn't it? Otherwise, it makes no impact or no sense at all. So, this aesthetic appreciation should be taught at a very early age. They should learn to appreciate the good things around them, good colors around them, good nature around them, good people around them. Everywhere you can see that aesthetic appreciation. Then only the child thinks in that way. Oh, it is very beautiful around me, isn't it? So you are spreading a positive feeling around you and towards your children also. This is very, very, very important. And then in creative activities, I told you the organization of the children should be in small groups. Groups of 4 or 5 children should be sitting in groups. Both small children, elder children together, we can make them sit if it is a multi-grade classroom. Okay. So here they will learn many, many things. What are the things they learn while working in a group? This is the first time when they come to a preschool, they learn to work in groups. Isn't it? At home, whatever they do, it is okay for the family, isn't it? But it is not in the case when they come for a school, isn't it? They have to adjust for so many things. So in a group, they will be sharing the material given to them, whatever the material is given to them, they should share among themselves, isn't it? Maybe the color pencils, maybe the water, maybe the brush, whatever it may be, they have to share among themselves. And then they have to wait for their turn. If there is only one painting brush, the other fellow is doing painting with the brush, and the another fellow should wait for him to complete, and then he should take over. So waiting for their turn, and then learning from others how he is using the brush, and then what are all the colors he is using. So this might spark his own thinking also. So he learns from others, and then he becomes more imaginative, and he becomes more creative. And then whatever the other fellow says, he will also listen. And then exchange of ideas takes place. You see, so many skills are taking place. Exchange of ideas, really a very, very good thing. The other friend may suggest, you use this dark color, it looks beautiful, he will say. So he will accept that and use that dark color, isn't it? So exchange of ideas takes place. And then how does it boost sense of I am and I can? Whatever the child's creation is there, it is the duty of the teacher, it is mandatory for the teacher to display every single creation of the child on the wall, display wall, maybe on a board or something, on a display wall, so that all the children, when they come the next day, they will discuss among themselves, this I made, oh, this I made, it is looking so nice, isn't it? So that boosts their self confidence. Yes, I can also do. I can do like others. Yes, I am what I am. So this self confidence is very, very important. And through displaying, even on a parents PTM parents teacher meeting day, the parents can acknowledge their children's work, isn't it, by displaying. So display is mandatory. So, creative activities are expression of thoughts and feelings. It develops aesthetic appreciation, isn't it? They use so many colors, and then they use so many materials, textures of different textures. Some are rough, some are dry, some are wet, isn't it? Some are thick, some are thin. All these they come to know and appreciate, isn't it? So collage work, they use many materials, isn't it? Some dry materials they use, some raw materials they use. So all this makes them improve their aesthetic appreciation towards the things around them. So this is the beauty of creative activities. It is not a time pass activity where we give a crayon and a brush and a paper and thinking that I have done my creative activities for the children. No. So all these specific objectives which we have discussed now should be at the background in your mind, and then you have to conduct the activity. So you have to make them sit in groups. So exchange of ideas should take place, and then they should wait for their turn. They should share, cooperate with each other, and then whatever they have done, it should be displayed. So there is definitely the relation between the objectives, organization, and the implementation of the activity. So throughout the strategies, we have been discussing the relationship between the objectives, organization of children, and implementation, isn't it? How exactly you transact the concept. So that is very, very, very important. So in a storytelling, in a conversation, we have discussed that the children should sit in a semicircle, isn't it? Right. So for creative activities, the children should be made to sit in a circle in groups, small, small groups. Yes. Now, coming to the indoor play, yesterday we have discussed about outdoor play, isn't it? So, indoor play. Indoor play, what is indoor play? So, certain activities we can do indoor only, isn't it? So, how does it help? It helps in fine motor skills. Just now, we have discussed about creative activities. Indoor play includes creative activities also. Indoor play often involves activities that enhance fine motor skills such as drawing, puzzles, building with blocks, laying the foundation for writing and other detailed tasks, isn't it? And then language development. It helps in language development. So, especially during structured activities, it supports language development, specifically during storytelling, reading, and engaging in conversations, nurture vocabulary and communication skills. So, next is cognitive challenges. Indoor play settings offer opportunities for cognitive challenges through puzzles, games, educational toys, promoting problem solving and critical thinking, isn't it? Puzzle solving, putting together the parts of the puzzle, isn't it? That is a really problem solving and critical thinking skills. And then you can also give some mazes for the children, isn't it? So, like you have seen in our Sunday Inadu Adivaram magazine, you will be getting, isn't it? Find the way out for the bee to get its honey. So, it will be so many entangled ways will be there. You have to find out the correct way, isn't it? All these are puzzles, mazes, games for the children, which promotes their problem solving and critical thinking. So all this comes under indoor play. And then cooperative play, some teamwork, and they like the one we are doing now, discussed now, isn't it? Creative activities. All this comes under teamwork, cooperation. So it helps in cooperative play also. And then creativity through art. Indoor spaces are ideal for art and craft activities, painting, drawing, crafting, encourage creative expression and the development of fine motor skills. And then comfort and security. So it gives much comfort and security. So the child owns that activities, isn't it? Whenever the child owns the activity, he will be completely involved and engulfed in that activity so that learning takes place. Please remember, when the child participates in an activity to the full extent possible, then the learning will be maximum. So, totally a balanced mix of outdoor and indoor play in early childhood settings creates a comprehensive learning environment, isn't it? So, these settings complement each other, offering diverse experiences that contribute to the physical, social, emotional, and cognitive well being of the young children. So, you might have get a now a comprehensive picture of all the strategies, isn't it? So conversation, and then storytelling, and then creative activities, and then outdoor play. Why play is important? Indoor play. We have in under indoor play, we have discussed about the creative activities, isn't it? So So we have seen that there should be a balance of outdoor and indoor activities. Otherwise, what would happen? Think, suppose your timetable, daily timetable includes 80% of your outdoor play. What happens? Most of the time, thinking that there should be joyful learning, there should be play all the time. So your 80% of your daily activities are based on outdoor play. What happens? Definitely, obviously, the children gets tired after outdoor play, isn't it? So they are actively participating in an outdoor game, full of running, full of climbing, full of expressions, full of verbal uh, expressions. All these make the child active and he gets tired after an activity. So that is why we mentioned that there should be balanced mix of outdoor and indoor. So please remember this, you might have learned in your other courses. The program should be developmentally appropriate program. What is it? Developmentally appropriate program. What does a developmentally appropriate program means? Exactly this. There should be balance of activities. So balance of outdoor, balance of indoor. Balance of active play followed by a passive play, passive activity. So active play, outdoor activity. So an outdoor activity should be immediately followed by a passive activity like a creative activity where the children sit passively and then they enjoy doing sitting, isn't it? Or maybe a storytelling activity also, isn't it? So that in that way, the program should be balanced. And then there should be balance between individual activities and group activities. This also you should remember. So in storytelling, all the children sitting in a group and listening to the story. In conversation, all the children are listening and listening to the teacher, isn't it? In rhymes, all the children singing rhymes. Then, where is the scope for the child to present or express himself individually? How does you know that the child has learned something or the other? So, for that reason, there should be a balance between group activities and individual activities. So, what are the individual activities? Definitely, creative activities are there. And then in storytelling session also, one story we can tell for 15 days, isn't it? So, finally, 3 or 4 days, we are letting the child to narrate the story on his own, expressing through drawing or through role play or through dramatization and through verbally. So this is the beauty of our different techniques. This is the summary of the developmentally appropriate program. So there should be, what happens if totally the program is revolving around group activities? In Telugu, we say Gumpulla Govinda. So whoever learns, what is the extent of learning taking place, that we don't know. It's all happening in a group. So individually, what a single child is learning, as a teacher, you have to assess, isn't it? So in rhymes and songs session also, though they learn in a group, at the end of the 1 week or 5 days, you should give opportunity for the child to sing on his own, isn't it? And then there are worksheets and there are workbooks, isn't it? So that is also comes under individual activity. So like this, there should be a balance between active and passive play, indoor and outdoor play, and then quiet and passive play, and then individual and group activities. So there should be a balance. And also there should be a scope for experimentation, exploration, investigation, critical thinking, reasoning, etc., etc., etc. So how does this happen? Unless the teacher provides the opportunities for these higher cognitive skills, isn't it? Otherwise, totally it is a teacher-centered program. Conversation, teacher does the conversation, thinking that she has done a beautiful conversation. She has introduced the topic plants. She might think that I have given a beautiful lecture like I am doing now, isn't it? So, and then storytelling. Teacher asks the children, hey, children, listen carefully to my story. You have to tell the story, isn't it? And then rhymes. Children learn the rhymes. Sing after me. No, 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 no. It is all teacher centered. So, in a developmentally appropriate program, there should be scope for higher order skills. I have already discussed what are all the higher order cognitive skills, isn't it? So, so the teacher has to provide opportunities for thinking on his own. Otherwise, it is completely a robo-based program. What you are doing is a robo-based program, like I am doing now. There are no participants, isn't it? This is only being recorded. I can't see you. I can't judge how well you are understanding my sessions, isn't it? So it is not in the case of early childhood education. It is not like this in the case of children, isn't it? So there should be scope for their thinking. So ask open-ended questions like what, what is that, how it is happening, where it is happening, why it is happening. So these open-ended questions the teacher should ask whenever it is possible, wherever it is possible, however it is possible, maybe during a conversation, maybe during a storytelling, maybe during a game. Every strategy, every step, every activity you are doing, ask open-ended questions. Make the children think critically. Okay, not memorization and not rote learning alone. I'm not saying that memory is a very bad thing. No, memory also is required, but beyond that memory, these higher order cognitive skills are necessary for the child to think logically why this is happening, why the leaf has turned yellow, why the leaf is falling down, why the things that are thrown in the air are coming back on the ground, falling on the ground. Did you ever think? Have you know that President, earlier President Abdul Kalam Azad, he is an aeronautical engineer before he became the President of India. So how he became aeronautical engineer? In his preschool days, his teacher showed how the birds are being flying in the air and how butterflies are flying. So with that inspiration and motivation, he became an aeronautical engineer. So students, please understand that these strategies are very, very, very important with every specific objective behind it. So you have to organize the children, you have to plan for children, and you have to implement in the way we have discussed so that the learning outcomes will be achieved so that the children gains that competency which is expected from that concept. So this is how our program should be a developmentally appropriate program. And then the last strategy, last but one strategy, which is very, very, very important and almost negligible in early childhood education, which we don't find in many of the private schools or even in Anganwadi centers. So what is that? Science experiences. So in early childhood education, the science experiences serve as a captivating gateways to discovery and inquiry. Just now I said that there should be scope for experimentation. There should be scope for exploration. So they need not, here we are not making them as a scientists. No, we are laying the seeds for that scientific thinking. So in early childhood education, We as educators, we as teachers should lay the seed for that scientific thinking. What, why, how, when, isn't it? So these activities are thoughtfully designed to engage young minds, fostering a natural curiosity about the world. You might have wondered, you might have seen many children at your home, your own children or granddaughters, whoever it may be, below 6 years children, they will be always pestering you with questions, isn't it? How it happened? Please tell me. Please tell me. What is that? Please tell me. How it is? Suppose you give a toy to a child. They will ask a number of questions, isn't it? How it is moving and they will dismantle it, isn't it? And then you may be scolding them. Why you have dismantled? I will never buy, ever, never, ever buy a toy for you. So these are the things very commonly we hear from the parents, isn't it? And from the children too. So why the child is dismantled? Out of curiosity. What is there inside? How it is working? Can I put together again? All this will be in his mind. So the child is itself born with the natural curiosity. Unfortunately, very unfortunately, when the children come to the school, maybe a preschool or a school, when the children come to our education system, what we are doing them all the time, making them sit silent, sit steadily in their benches without moving, and then asking them to listen, 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 listen. Isn't it? So, we are suppressing their emotion. We are suppressing their curiosity. We are suppressing their natural exploration, their thoughts. We are suppressing them instead of bringing out their potential. Please remember, as a teacher, you have to provide them opportunities to think, to experiment, to explore, to investigate, whatnot, whatnot, whatnot. All these we call it as scientific thinking and scientific attitude, isn't it? So, science experiences stimulate curiosity by intriguing questions, phenomena, sparking their innate curiosity about the world around them. So, how do you stimulate curiosity? Just now I said that when the weather is outside, very nice, the teacher should not make them sit in the classroom. Instead, she can take them out to the outside environment, talk about the weather, why the clouds are there, how it is going to rain. All these things she can explain to them so that it sparks their curiosity to know more and more and more and more about the world around them. And then encourage exploration. So create opportunities for hands-on exploration, allowing children to observe, touch, and manipulate objects to understand basic scientific principles. So this is very, very important. The teacher's role is not just showing a model. Oh, the plant look like this. Oh, the brain looks like this. She's showing a model, isn't it? And she will not make the children touch it also. So provide as many as tactile experiences, direct experiences to the child as possible, allowing them to observe, touch, and manipulate the objects to understand the basic scientific principles. So, when you are explaining about what is a plant, you can bring some plant or the other to the classroom and show the children. Not just showing, sorry, and Give it to the children. Let them observe how the plant is. They will observe so many things, isn't it? So they will observe that the roots have some mud attached to it. So they will say that roots are under the soil. Then how does a plant grow? Children, you ask one question. So they will come out with various answers. Just like you take your food, isn't it? How does the plant gets its food? How does the plant grow? Do you know? So you will get various answers. So they will also observe that there will be some flowers in the plant, the flowers turning into a fruit later on, isn't it? Some leaves are green, some leaves are yellow, and there are very, very big trees around. So, what is the difference between a plant and a tree? So, how many you got just in a minute, isn't it? Just by observing, by touching the plant, they will say many things. Some plants have thorns, some leaves have thorns, or some leaves are very smooth to touch, isn't it? And some leaves smell and give a good smell, isn't it? Like sabji, marwam. Oh my God, it is unending. The teacher provides opportunities depending on her resources. So she has to plan. It is not just going to the class and doing whatever it comes into your mind. No, sorry. There should be a planning how to go about the activity. So, what are all the objectives? As today you are making the children learn about the concept plants. So, am I going to teach them? So, about plants, you are going to teach for 15 days, isn't it? In 15 days, I have to give them some direct experiences. So, for that direct experiences, I may have to collect some plants in my backyard, isn't it? So, collecting plants, all this comes under planning. And then making some flashcards, isn't it? Making them learn about the things, isn't it? So, so she has to prepare some chart, and then all this comes under planning. And then she might have one day she might ask the children to plant in the school itself, isn't it? Planting the trees, planting some small plants in their classroom for the beauty, isn't it? So all these are experiences for the children. So for 15 days you have to be you have to provide concrete experiences, semi concrete, and then go for abstract. So, this is how you should plan. This is how. So, during conversation, you can stimulate or you can provide some science experiences to children depending on the theme or the concept you're telling. Or else, you can exclusively, weekly 1 or 2 days, you can exclusively do a demonstration of the science experiences. So, encourage exploration, develop observation skills. This is very, very, very important. You might think that children are very small and they don't know. They just come to know as we teach them. This is the most wrong concept which we all adults have. Oh, he is a small child. He doesn't know anything. As if he is born with a blank mind. Isn't it? No, no, no. Children are very, very keen observers. I think I might have shared this example for you. When I went to an Anganwadi center, all the children are putting their pencils, slate pencils, in their behind the ear or some in their head. That is because their teacher is doing that. So you can think how they are observing whatever you talk, whatever you teach. Whatever you do, how you wear, how you talk with the children, all these matters for the children. They imitate. You are the role model, isn't it? So they observe you a lot. So this keen observation, you have to pose questions for the children, isn't it? So what is the difference between just seeing and observation? I can give you one example. If I ask you, what are all the things you find in this classroom? You may tell one or two things you have find in 1 minute, isn't it? When I ask you to observe, what are all the things that are very soft to touch, and what are all the things you find that is very hard to touch? Then your observation, you are seeing is different, isn't it? You look deep into the objects and you touch it, and then you observe whether it is really soft or hard. That is the observation, isn't it? So this observation skill you have to cultivate in the children, exploring patterns, what are all the textures available, and changes in the environment. And then introduce basic concepts in a playful manner, laying the groundwork for future learning in more formal settings. So here we are laying the seed for that scientific temperament and for scientific attitude, and we are not explaining the principles. All the principles will be learned in their later classes, isn't it? Yes. Here I am just giving what are all the do's and don'ts that a teacher should take precautions, isn't it? So before that, what are all the, yeah, what are all the science experiences you can give at this very early young age? Can you guess? Yes. I think you can show them the magnets, isn't it? It is very fascinating. Why the magnets attract only certain things, isn't it? So you can make them observe what are all the things that the magnet is getting attracted to, and what are all the other things that the magnet is not taking to eat. So experiences with magnet you can give, and then sinking and floating activities, isn't it? Some objects sink in water, some objects float in water, isn't it? Have so here later on they will come to know about all those principles, isn't it? So sink and float, and then some objects they melt in water, some objects they do not melt in water, salt, sugar, etc., etc. They melt in water and changes its taste, isn't it? Sand, pebbles, stones, they don't dissolve in water, isn't it? So some dissolve in water, some do not dissolve in water. This small experiment you can demonstrate to children, isn't it? And then you can make a rainbow and then show to the children how the rainbow is formed in the sky, isn't it? And then you can make them show the reflections in the mirror. So in a mirror you can see n number of reflections. How is it possible? When you go to a sweet shop, there will be only one mirror, but the images of sweets you can see throughout. So how is it possible? So have you ever posed these questions to the children for their boost their thinking? So all these science experiences help the children to think scientifically, to think how it is happening, why it is happening, oh, where it is happening, at what time it is happening. All these we are laying the seed to think in the direction of logical thinking, reasoning, experimentation, and exploration, isn't it? And you can take some leaves and then you can uh, you can rub on the paper, isn't it? The leaf is green, but when you rub on the paper, it turns into violet. So this is magic. How does it happen? all this all these things you can, simple experiments you can show to children. So definitely science experiences, it stimulates curiosity, it encourages exploration, observation skills, and then basic concepts. It also promotes critical thinking in children, it connects with nature, it supports inquiry based learning, and it enhances language development. Out of curiosity they will be asking questions, isn't it? Teacher, how it is happening? See this, teacher, it is happening like this, come and see, come and see. So language development takes place, isn't it? It fosters collaboration, it celebrates curiosity, and cultivates a positive attitude towards questioning and exploring by celebrating the joy of discovery and the process of learning. Here, the process of learning is very, very important. As you show the experiment, like you have to do in a sequence, isn't it? First, you have to take a small, two small transparent glasses, isn't it? So you have to take one transparent glass, pour water in it, and then as you do the experiment, you will be talking to the child by making him observe what you are doing, isn't it? So, children, what is there in this glass? Yes. What is that I am pouring now? Yes, I am pouring water. So can you see the water now? So throughout the experiment, you are engaging the child by making him observing whatever you are doing, isn't it? Now, children, in this glass, I am taking this 1 teaspoon of sugar. Have you seen sugar? Yes or no, they will tell. How it will be, it will be sweet or salt or what? You pose a question. They will answer. So now see, I am pouring this sugar into the glass and I am stirring it constantly. What am I doing? And you can give the glass to the children also to stir. Next glass, you pour some sand in the glass. Stir it, stir it, stir it. What happens? You ask the children. And you ask the children to put sugar, you ask the children to put sand in the other glass. Make them do. So like this, for 1 month, weekly once, you have to provide this scientific experiment. So it provides curiosity. It sparks their curiosity, and then all the children will be doing together. So cooperative, collaborative exploration takes place. This boy will say something, this girl will say something, this girl will say that I will put some pebbles in the water, it will dissolve, it will dissolve, let us see, let us see. So in that way, ask them to bring various materials and put in the water. What happens, why it is happening, how it is happening, all these questions you have to provide. So here you have to remember, it should go in a step by step process. That is why we said that sequential thinking is very, very important. First, take a glass, transparent glass, then water, then pour it into glass. All these are step by step, isn't it? What comes next? What comes next? What comes next? What happens next? What happens next? This sequential thinking is very, very, very important. Suppose if you don't do this in a sequential manner, you will not arrive at the conclusion what is expected to do from it, isn't it? This sequential skill is important for the maths and science later when they do experiments, isn't it? So we are laying the seed for all these skills in early childhood education. So that is why science experiences, we are not developing them as scientists, but we are laying a seed to think scientifically in that direction. And next is the role of the teacher, very, very important. So, as I discussed in my class today, there are some do's and there are some don'ts. So, plan the day's program well and arrange the material accordingly. So, this planning is very, very, very important. So, keep the room uncluttered to allow maximum movement. Suppose it is a small classroom, you have to make it, you have to be more organized, isn't it? All the things you are scattering on the floor or the table, which is making a messy, isn't it? So that is not supposed to do. So keep the room uncluttered to allow maximum movement of the child. The child should have a maximum space for freely moving into the class. Select motor activities in accordance with the child's stage of development, interests, and needs. Isn't it? It should be developmentally appropriate. That's what I said. It should be age-wise appropriate and it should be developmentally appropriate. So you cannot expect a 3-year-old child, uh, to 3-year-old child to jump for uh, 5 meters, isn't it? He cannot do that. So it should be age appropriate. So select activities which have a great deal of variety to ensure the child's interest, use of many different muscles and development of different kinds of coordination. So your activities should be such that there should be a variety, child's interest, use of different muscles, leg muscles, calf muscles, hand muscles, isn't it? And development of different kinds of coordination, eye-hand coordination, eye-leg coordination, everything should be there. So maintain a balance between active and passive as well as outdoor and indoor play activities. What a teacher should not do is do not interfere with child's free play. While the child is at free play, don't give too many instructions. Put like this, play like this, do like this. No. Encourage and appreciate, but do not dictate to them. Let aggressive children monopolize the equipment or the material.